Hey guys, what's up? The Monday edition is on the air. I know we're 5 minutes late. It's like a cardinal sin for us, but technical difficulties. Mother Nature wanted to be, you know, words I can't use on this lovely stream right here. But you know, uh, how are you, big dog? How's your Monday evening, afternoon, all that good stuff going?
Okay, what about yours?
And good, other than the technological snafu we just dealt
Yeah, I
with.
know. I'm not happy about it either, but we couldn't help it. It was a last minute, you know,
You're
snafu with.
here, I'm here, but everybody's here, so let's make the best of the situation.
Yes.
Um, let's start with this. I know you got a lot to talk about, so I'll keep my piece short and sweet. Um, a lot of intrigue in the NBA so far. We're gonna get to this game in a second because it's a big game at Madison Square Garden tonight. But I want to talk about the main keys to me are the races at the top of the Eastern Conference and at the top of the Western Conference. And when I look at those two races between Brooklyn and Philadelphia, Milwaukee, if you want to throw Milwaukee in there, we can. Um, if you want to throw the Knicks in there, probably get the third, you can. I'm not doing that. I say fourth
We know you're
is
thinking it, though. A little bit.
Nah, you know what? I'm really not. I kind of want to stay where I am. I don't want to tempt fate. Um, and just have some, just enjoy the season for what it is thus far. I will say this though. When I look at teams like Philly and Brooklyn, and you look at the teams out west, even though the Lakers are fifth in the West because of injuries, but Anthony Davis just came back off an injury, so that's good for them. You look at the teams like the Clippers and those championship caliber teams. Those are going to be the teams that decide this thing. Like, can the Clippers make enough clutch shots? Can LeBron and AD stay healthy for the duration of the playoffs? Um, what are we going to get from teams like Dallas and all those teams. And I'm like, look, as much as it pains me to say it, I don't think anybody can beat the Brooklyn Nets in the 7 game series. But I do give Philadelphia a chance because Philly has the inside game, like the Sixers. I mean, like the Lakers. Joel Embiid is a handful. I want to see how Brooklyn deals with Joel Embiid. And listen, the Lakers got two bigs now because you're dealing with Andre Drummond and Anthony Davis as well. So that's going to be a very interesting paradox on how they deal with this thing. But I will say this: I think the NBA championship is wide open because I think Utah is a serious threat. I think Phoenix is a serious threat. Who the Knicks got tonight? I'm excited. I just I don't know, man. I got this weird feeling, man. We're gonna this is gonna be a race for both these division titles down to the end of the regular season. And we haven't felt that way in the last couple of years with the Lakers and before that Golden State dominating the world. It actually feels good to know that there's competitive races in both conferences where things can get really hairy if you're not playing well and you can slip a game or two and that could decide your fate, especially with fans now being now let back into these buildings. Home court advantage can mean everything to these teams.
They definitely could. Same
Yeah.
in the NHL with home ice. So,
Right. Touch on that for a second. Give me, because I want to like make the not the comparison, but how home court and home ice could be big now with fans back in these buildings.
yeah, home ice is always big in hockey. Although there have been teams in history that have proven, that are able to win on the road in tough environments. But I mean, even when you look at the East, like, for example, Boston thrives on that crowd. The Islanders, of course, at the Coliseum, we thrive on that. You look,
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is another great example. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's multiple examples. Um, Minnesota too, another team in the West that has a very loud home building. So it's big. For me, always as a hockey fan, I always look to see what teams are going to have home ice when I'm analyzing a series, because to me
Mhm.
it plays a big part. Now, of course, they're not fully full of capacity yet, but still, some of these buildings you watch game, they sound loud, even though there's not many people in the building. Some
Yeah,
of these buildings, the fans are causing a lot of commotion.
yeah, good
So
acoustics.
yeah, good acoustics and everything. So no, it definitely matters. No doubt
That's why I
about it.
like, believe it or not, that's why I like the older buildings because there was something charming about an older building. It just funneled in the noise better. You heard the crowd more. They were right on top of you. It wasn't fun to play in that type of environment. It's not fun to play in that type of environment, especially when you're playing against a team that just feeds off of all that energy, off of all that chaos, off of all that noise, off of everything that you're doing. The crowd plays a integral part in all of that. And I'm kind of glad that yes, it'll be limited capacity. So we understand that due to obviously COVID and the pandemic restrictions, but it's nice to see that, to know that you got fans back in these buildings.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be amazing. And if you're lucky enough to attend one of these games, whether it be for the Islanders, whether it be for whoever, whether it be for the Knicks, enjoy the moment, man, because we took this so for granted before the pandemic that I would do anything. I would give almost anything, including a body part, to be in the Garden to host the first round series. I really would. I'd give a body part, maybe two. Um, so when you know that, and you know the significance of having home crowd advantage, that's big. And listen, look, I think teams like Vegas, teams like Boston, even the Celtics, if the Celtics can come out of this, snap this funk they're in and find their way to the fourth seed or find their way to home court, Boston's gonna be tough to deal with because them traditional Boston fans.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
fun.
The
That
TD Garden.
yeah,
Back in the day,
nah,
the
I'm out.
Boston Garden was an intimidating place.
I'm out. Yeah,
The old Spectrum in Philly, the
right,
Coliseum, of course, Chicago Stadium. Yeah,
right.
there was a charm about those old arenas. The fans, like you said, they were like literally on top of you, screaming from either puck drop or tip off to the end of the game, going
Not even
crazy.
puck drop or tip off. Now you got them screaming. You got them screaming like a half hour before the national anthem's even played.
Very true, right?
They're in their seats going buck crazy, and you're just like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to play here, you know. And I think that is a. Well, I heard live that those things get kind of crazy, but I'm the only race that I'll be attending is a train to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks possibly win a playoff series. I swear, if the Knicks win a playoff series, I will come on the show and I will cry. A playoff series, not a championship, but a playoff series. For the first time in my life since I've been friends with this dude, you'll get tears to flow from my face.
Since 2013, right? That'll be the
Oh,
first time since then. So it's a big deal.
oh. They beat
I
the
mean,
Celtics. You think you got Indiana, and then Roy Hibbert out of nowhere, block. And I remember thinking, fellas, just hold the lead for 5 minutes. Let's get back to MSG, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. I'm still devastated thinking about it. Oh, and we had home court. It would have been a game seven. It would have been at the Garden with LeBron and South. You imagine the Knicks and Heat 7-game series, the Garden, and I don't even want to think about it because I get pissed off. Big dog, it's your fault. I'm blaming you.
Why?
Because you're all about the rivalries and fanboy and fanboy and fanboy and fanboy. Now you
That's
got
right.
fanboy, damn it.
Being a fan's way more fun. Just enjoy it
Not
now.
a lot more heartache. You see this? Got me drinking grape juice for the agita. But I don't know. That's heartburn in Italian. Agita.
Yeah, that's the Knicks give a lot of that, no doubt, and the Jets.
Oh, oh God! You want to do this? No, no jet talk.
No, I'm just saying Knicks and Jet. No, I'm not talking draft tonight. Thursday we'll talk about it because it is draft night, but I refuse to talk draft anytime before Thursday. Not doing it. For what? To speculate shit that may not even happen? To speculate who this one's gonna pick, this one's gonna pick. Is they gonna be a bust? Are they gonna be successful? Whatever. It's all bullshit. To be put it blunt,
Oh,
it is. It's all bullshit.
he
Unless
said it's all bullshit, eh?
until the season starts, we don't know what these guys are gonna do. Yeah, you got great college numbers, cool, but what can you do in the NFL?
Right, right.
I'm just
Anyway,
saying.
no. And look, for teams like the Islanders, for teams like Boston, for teams like the Knicks, and I guess this is what we're driving at. Home court and home ice advantage could be big. Like, for example, look at what the Sixers are doing in the NBA. The Sixers want the home court advantage. Now, they're a half game back of the net of Brooklyn for the overall number one seed in the conference, but you can tell that home court advantage means a lot to these teams. Like
Yes.
especially with fans back in the building, this is a very integral part of okay, man, we gotta try and get at least one of the top two seeds to be able to secure home court advantage. So somebody has to come into our building and play. And I know that's why you worry about the Islanders a lot because you're like, I want to see people have to come through the Collie and have to come through my home territory to come through where I play. And in sports, it matters a great deal. And I think oftentimes throughout the course of a season, we overlook it because we're just like, if we're good enough, we can win anywhere, and that should be your attitude. But to be able to say, "Wow, we're hosting a playoff series, and you got to come here to want to deal with us," that's not an easy road. One place I'll say too, and if Utah has fans in Utah, the Lakers are in trouble because if you got to go through Utah, Phoenix, you got to go through any of those places where the crowd is into it for the majority of the game. Not the Laker fans get crazy if it goes down because we've seen Laker fans, get crazy and get into it. By the way, Laker fans will be back allowed in Staples Center. They're back allowed in Staples Center already. The Laker fans are back at Staples, so we've seen Laker fans have their moments too. Let's not dismiss Laker fans and all those other fans that don't have moments that can have an impact on the game. It's just certain places they're just known for that. And I think it's beautiful that we're talking about fans in arenas and fans in buildings. This is a very, very good feeling.
It is. It's magical. We're coming back slowly, but we're getting there.
We're getting there, baby. We're getting back to normal, baby. So if anybody wants to be generous and get a brother first round tickets to a Knick game, I gladly accept. Anybody feeling generous out there, I gladly accept first round playoff tickets to the
Look
Garden.
at this guy asking for Nick playoff tickets. You guys aren't even in the playoffs yet. I mean, it's
Well,
most likely at this point, but
hey, you got to speak it into existence, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to go as far as Emilio and start booking conference finals reservations.
I'm sure he's done that already.
No, don't do that. No. Those yet. Earn them. I mean, I'm excited, man. To be honest with you, and I know you're excited for your boys too, because it's coming down to the stretch here. So I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say the Knicks till after you get through the hockey, because I'm very curious to know who besides the Islanders, because we talk a lot of Islanders on the show, and of course I'm gonna get your Islander perspective, but who besides the Islanders are you like? Oh man, they look like a dangerous club that I don't want no part of them. Now I know you play anybody, but it's
Yeah, I
just
won't part anybody. I'm not one of those that, oh, I got to avoid this, because I feel like that's just bad karma. Like, you play who you play, and you got to just deal with it. But I know what you mean. Like, what teams are a threat to win the cup, you mean?
right. Yeah, like what teams in your
I
conference
mean,
may
besides the Islanders, I mean, I think we could beat any of them. But, I mean, the three other teams in the top four in the East, not Philly, um, Pittsburgh, who's hot, they took over first place now. Um, Washington and Boston. Although Boston hasn't played all that great lately, but listen, when a team gets in the playoffs, you can't really write them off.
no.
Um, I really love Vegas and Colorado. I mean, they've been two kind of front runners from even before the season started. The Central Division is very interesting. If you look at the standings, they're extremely tight at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Hurricanes and the Panthers, believe it or not, they've both been jockeying for first place position, while
Mm-hmm.
Tampa sits in third. The three of them actually have clinching scenarios tonight. Um, so that's possible. Vegas, Colorado, and Minnesota have clinched already. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so 3 out of the 16 teams are in already. And I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. No team in the North really scares me. No Canadian team, I don't think, could be a threat. I mean, again, there's Toronto, but
Right.
I don't. Who knows what they are, because they played in the weakest division, in my opinion, all year. But you have the four teams in the East: Vegas, Colorado for me. Minnesota, we got to see what they do, because I know me and you were very skeptical about them. And those teams in the Central are interesting, and even the fourth seed maybe. Whether it be Nashville or Chicago, Dallas out of nowhere, just they were looking like, oh, God, they're not going to come close, but they've been battling too, for
Mm-hmm.
that fourth spot.
I'm telling you, man, it's the older guys that have been here that you're like, can they make it? Can they make a run? And then you realize, hold up. It's the old heads that always make the runs. It's the teams with experience that always make the runs. And this
And
is why,
Dallas, they do. They have a very big veteran core, also mixed in
right.
with some young players, but the Jamie Benns and oh my, the list could go on and on. But they have a ton of experience. They were in the Cup final last year against Tampa. The Islanders should have been there, but we're not going to get into that. Um, oh, you fucking laughing at me? I see. I see. No, but there's a lot of choices for the Cup this year. So, and again, the way it's set up, who knows who's going to play who in that semifinal round before the Stanley Cup? Like, things
Mhm.
could be reseeded. Like that's kind of an unknown, and it's kind of cool. So
Mhm.
nobody knows. So
Nobody knows. But back to the NBA a minute, because I just want to say this.
you want to keep talking Knicks, which is all good.
No, no, no. I'm not talking. No, no, no. We're not going to. No, I'm going to talk Knicks in a second. But Steph Curry. Let me just say this. If that brother gets in the playoffs, as the kids say, I don't want no smoke with that brother there. Oh hell no. I'm out. All the way out on that. Brother pulling up from 40 with no problem. Nah, I'm gonna just pull up from 40 feet. In your neck. In your
Yeah,
neck. Hold that. Got the Warriors to the 10th seed. Could get the Warriors to as possible as high as 6 if the schedule breaks out the way they wanted to break out. I'm telling you, that young brother, listen, 33 years old. You think, oh, Steph's slowing down. He's slowing down. He's not gonna be the same player. Nah, bruh. Steph Curry is no. I'm nah. I'm out. I don't want no problems with that brother. Leave him alone. Let him live. Let him live. I'm being serious when I say that. That's real. He is. I, he is disrespectfully gifted. Like, yo, big dog. He has them 2.5 games to sixth, and their
wow.
schedule is relatively light compared to most teams in the Western Conference.
Uh-oh.
If Golden State could get to 6, nah, bro, nah. I because he's on a mission. Let's just go through his last 4 games: 38, 28, 47, and 49. His last 4 games. Nah, I'm nah. I wash my hands. I'm not dealing with that. No, no way. No, 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 no,
Hell no.
no, no, no. That is one dude that still scares me. You see the baby face smile. Everybody loves him. He's all, I'm happy. I'm doing it for the Bay. Nah, out, 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 out on you, out on that, out. Nah, he scares me, big dog. He should be in the conversation for MVP. He should be. He won't be, but he should be because he's out there balling. Speaking of MVPs or MVP candidates that are balling, you said I wanted to talk Knicks. I'm gonna take this moment to talk Knicks, and I'm gonna just say this: Julius Randle, for full disclosure, because I'm not gonna act like I'm one of those fans. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna come on here and be Stephen A. Smith. I ain't gonna do that. Julius Randle, oh my god, I did not think Julius Randle was this good. And if Knicks fans tell you they think that, they're lying. They lie. They need to go. They need you lying, bro. If you thought Julius Randle was anything like this, you are lying to yourself. You are lying. In New York, we said you are full of shit if you thought Julius Randle was this good.
Or as we would say, full of shite. But
Yeah, don't lie to yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Fact of the matter is, this brother said, "I ain't nobody want to come here. Everybody thinks I'm an average player. I hold my beer. Hold my whole beer. He's averaging over the winning streak, big O. Let's just go to winning streak. 34, 10, and 8. Somebody go get that young go. Listen, man. It's all right, Julius. We understand, bruh. I mean, damn. I mean, damn. Damn. Like, so they give it to Toronto. He puts up 31 in Toronto. He puts up 40 against Atlanta the night before that. 35, 38, 36 the game before that. I'm like, damn, bruh. It's all right. He's angry. Somebody pissed him off, and quite frankly, I love it. I love it. Screaming, "Let's go, Knicks!" outside the Garden. Now, let me just stop and say this, Knicks fans. I love the enthusiasm. I appreciate the fact that we're hungry. I understand we've been famished for nearly 2 decades. We forgot what winning feels so good. We're about to dance naked in the middle of the street. I get it, but don't be chanting "We want Brooklyn." Don't do that. Like don't
Yeah, don't do that.
don't do that. Like I understand. Like I get the optimism, but hold on. Wait a minute now. So Kevin Durant comes off injury yesterday and decides, 33 in 28 minutes, I'm gonna put up in 33 minutes, I'm gonna put up 28 points. I cool. Nah, I don't want none. No, nope, nope,
You don't want none of that
nope,
smoke.
nope. Mm-mm. Listen, it was nice. It was fun. I understand. But damn, let's not get crazy. Am I happy that the New York Knicks are relevant? Yes. Am I happy that James Dolan hopefully doesn't screw this up? From I'm praying every day. I'm praying every day. But let's just chill for a second. Because you hope that you can inspire what Brooklyn is to be what Brooklyn is right now. But just let this build, let this grow, let this
Let
ferment.
it percolate a minute.
There you go. Yeah, enjoy it. We've been begging for competency, big dog. We've been begging for competency as Knicks fans for I can't even remember when.
Let me
We
ask
got
this
it now.
question. Sorry to cut you off, but I gotta ask.
What's up?
From what you're hearing and seeing, and excuse me, from your your Nick fan point of view, if I could speak English, what percentage of Nick fans think you guys are going all the way this year? And you're honest, do you think most of them are delusional, or
I
most of
can't.
them are realistic?
I mean, I can't. I mean, I've heard Nick fans joke about it. Like, we got a joke in the group chat. You know, start putting the banner up there now. Like, I mean, we say it as a joke, but for all the Nick fans that you see on Twitter chanting, "We want Brooklyn," we want. Nah, no, you don't.
Yeah, that's
No, you don't. Don't do that. Like, respect. Like, enjoy the space you're in right now. It's okay. You're rebuilding. I ain't mad at it. Like you're getting there. Don't try to run before you can walk. Like learn to walk first. You're crawling right now. Feels good to crawl. You got some freedom. They got to chase you under things for you to stop going. Don't go under there yet. We crawling right now. We've been so damn destitute, right? Like for 100 years that the moment we get some freedom, we want to run all over the world. Oh, the Knicks are back. The Knicks are back. They're back.
guess who's back. Then
But they're not
you'll
back
start
back
singing
yet.
the song I did when Fitzy came back and all.
Nah, we're not back yet. I want to get back to the days when back meant there was 19,763 psychos when Ewing was playing for the Knicks, and it was an event.
It wasn't tourists, it was
It was Knicks
actual
fans
fans.
jumping on the court ready to kill the referees for making a bad call. It was Knicks fans. We was in there. Spike was at his courtside seat every night, ready to go at one of the opponents or the referees. I still got PTSD thinking about Reggie Miller and Spike, man. Damn, bro. Damn. Anyway, I'll leave it with this. You got a big game tonight against Phoenix. Enjoy the ride, man. Enjoy it. Don't worry about next year. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Because you hear Knicks fans. Oh, can we trade for this one? Can we trade? Like, bruh, live in the moment. You suck for 20 years. It don't happen overnight. Let it breathe. Jesus. Anyway, go ahead.
You're right. You see, you.
No, because you know how it is. We
I
win a couple games and
yeah. That'll be Jeff Shannon's
relax.
Thursday night. Don't worry about it. You know what's coming.
Mm.
But I got a lot of soccer today, actually, to talk about. Um, we'll start off. We won't spend too much time on it, but it is still kind of a big story, even though it's like pretty much a week old. But the Super League has folded for now. As
Yeah, because I don't think it's completely dead yet.
no, but
I
as
will.
after we got off the air Monday and then going into late Tuesday morning or early Tuesday morning, I should say, out of
All
nowhere,
right,
I wake
Ozzy,
up.
get the words out.
I know. I get all these notifications on Twitter. This one's pulling out. This one's leaving the league. This team. Then, all six Premier League clubs out. Uh, AC, both Milan teams out. So it's
So much for Super League. Your Super League out, done, over,
By
finished.
the way, talking about how, oh my God, Super
Here we
League.
go.
Manchester United tied 0-0 against Leeds United. Not that I'm bashing Leeds, but, that's a game, according to, if Manchester United was really super, they would beat them, but they didn't. Liverpool tied 1-1 against Newcastle United, who hasn't been that great this year. Um, but whatever. But the two Atletico Madrid's out. The only two teams that seem to really want to hang on to it are the owners of Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's not over yet. They keep saying this will save football. This will save football or soccer. Um,
Are
you
we
know,
sure?
well,
Are we sure?
according to the Real Madrid president Florentino Perez, he's been like he went on a late night show in Madrid, and was talking about how great this would be, and he would talk to the media. He's been speaking a lot to the media about it. They've been quoting him, and uh, yeah, he feels that this would be the best thing for soccer, which to me he's dead wrong about. But other people, oh, this will be great for the younger generation. They don't find soccer interesting, which, I mean, if you're talking about Americans, I could see maybe, but most kids, even in your, what did he say, like 16 to 24, oh, they think it's boring. I don't know where he heard that from. But I would think or imagine most kids in Europe in that age group, kids, young adults, still love soccer a lot, um, and don't find it boring. Um,
It's not boring. It's just I find that disrespectful, to be honest.
it's very disrespectful.
Like,
And he's the president of the club, and he's talking like that. The biggest club on earth. That's the way he's talking.
you know what it is? You know what that just screams out to me? That they're just greedy, man.
100%. Oh, I hated that. Like when I first got into soccer and would go to school, and all my friends, and including James, and I love him, but he would be annoying. Oh, soccer sucks. It's boring. How do you like that sport for? And this and that. Now he likes it a little bit, but he's not like a big fan. But yeah, very against it. A lot of people I knew back in the day hated it. Oh, it would irk my last nerve. It still does. Um,
No, you
and
still get pissed off about it.
oh, of course,
You're
it's my
sensitive.
sport.
Don't admit it.
And hockey too. When people knock soccer or hockey, I get very, very, very sensitive and defensive about it. I'll admit it. Um, but also too, a report today came out that the owner, I forgive me, I forget his name, but the person who runs Spotify and three other him along with
I heard. I heard.
three soccer legends, including Thierry Henry, and we'll talk about him too in a few minutes. Um, but they want to buy Arsenal from Stan Kroenke and the Kroenke family, which for Arsenal fans, I mean, that would be a massive deal. You have three Arsenal legends. Um, and another, a guy with money. But that seems, and apparently he's an Arsenal fan. So that for the club and the fans, that could work out if it does happen.
What's the likelihood that they're gonna get him out though? Because Dan Kroenke got a lot of money.
He does, but
Got a lot of money.
fans have been there in droves, protesting, standing outside the stadium, stood
Uh,
outside on match day the entire day and did not leave. They had flares going, they had signs, they were chanting, they were, yeah, it was nuts.
wow.
Same thing with Tottenham. All the clubs across England, there were fans protesting.
Mhm.
So we'll see if that helps. Um, they got the club owners to apologize, but me and you both
Yeah,
know
but what do you probably? That's like apologizing after you get caught. Like,
that's a
I'm
crock of
sorry.
shit.
I'm sorry. I'm
Exactly.
gonna apologize, but I'm only apologizing because nobody wants to finish joining my Super League. That's why I'm apologizing. You're not apologizing for the
And it was a
actions.
PR stunt. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, but hold
You
on a
said it
second.
too, like, cause you saw it too, and you're like, yeah, that was totally staged. Like, they
Bro,
didn't mean that.
first off,
Like, it was like the people of Liverpool just put John Henry in
and
front of a camera
let me
and
let me just say this real quick too. They says it's dead for now. It's not dead completely. We're not ruling out that it may come back around again in the next 5 to 10 years, where these teams automatically say, "Oh, let's try the Super League idea again." You're not. It's not completely dead. Oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean to offend our investors or all this or all that or our shareholders or our bro. You're all money hungry, greedy mother. Like you're all
bastards.
greedy. All of you are greedy, and that's what it boils down to is greed. And your apology sounds like, oh well, you're like the kid that gets or the kid that gets scolded and puts his head down. I'm sorry. You're only sorry because you got caught. You're
Exactly.
not sorry you tried to do it.
And you're
You
getting
tried to game the
eviscerated for it.
yeah. So I don't blame these fans for being like, you know what? I don't trust you, and I don't think you have the best interest of the sport at heart. I don't trust you because you tried to
100%.
hoodwink us and take the game away from us. So why should I trust you? Why should I put my belief in you as a fan? And I asked you this on the phone, Big Dog. How does it change the way you look at the game? Getting up on Saturdays, investing, spending money in these clubs, buying the gear, watching the games. What like at this point, and I know you're a fan, so it's hard, but I'm like, yo, why? Why would I even invest in it? For what?
And a kind of side note, but it's related to the same thing. But like talking about fandom and Premier League fandom in particular, there was this great special they had on NBCSN yesterday after one of the games. It's like a half hour long. But it was like a documentary about Premier League fans in the United States, and like they interviewed a bunch of families and people, and like it is really cool to see like how the Premier League has grown in popularity over the years and it being broadcasted. Like people like was telling their routines and they get up at the ass crack of morning and go watch, um, sit on that couch and watch, or when they had the Fan Fest in Manhattan and Austin, Texas, Boston, DC, Miami. Like people drove from other states and cities like hours just to be with other fans of their team and
That's
watch.
incredible.
um People, like, it wasn't even light out yet, there was lines and lines of people just to get, it wasn't a get, it was just to watch it on a big projector screen, but to be a part of that, um and meet the pundits and everything on NBC. But that's like so cool, and how, you know soccer is a sport, I mean, all sports bring people together, um but soccer, it's yeah, it's a special sport. And when owners and greedy rich, not going to say the word, but when they try and mess with that, soccer fans, we don't like that. So
And nor should you, because you feel like you're giving the shaft, like you're being shafted. How can we try? How can you trust them? They're greedy. They're greedy, big dog, and that's why I don't blame you for feeling how you feel, and other fans going, nah. How can I trust you? How? How can I trust? How can I trust that what you're telling me is accurate? That you're
right,
not trying to that you're not trying to game the system. That you're not trying to make me feel like I all of a sudden. That's why what that source said last week when he said, "Oh, the fans don't matter." If that's the way you truly feel, then how are the fans supposed to look at you if it's all about the bottom line and their interests don't matter? And I'm a
exactly.
bottom line guy. I'll admit it. I'm a bottom line guy. Me and you, we fight about this all the time because I see the money in things and I see the cynicism in things. But that's the reason why, because that's what these owners all care about. They don't care whether you have a good time. They care whether you paid to get into the park, to get on the pitch, to get in the building, to spend money at their arena or their building. All they care about. It sucks to say it, but that reinforces the point.
But hopefully it never happens. I don't think it ever will. I can't
I
see it. They're
I
gonna
disagree.
really.
Yeah,
We'll see.
because the only opinion they value is green.
Yeah, but yesterday was the English Cup final between Man City and Tottenham. 82 minutes. We kept them scoreless. They were given a free kick. Kevin De Bruyne of Man City puts a right in. Couldn't have set it up any perfect, and they score. And Tottenham ended up losing 1-0. That was Man City's fourth consecutive English Cup. Um, I
How you
mean,
feeling?
not
No.
happy. Not happy at all. Going into it, yes, Tottenham were the underdog, and you bring in. There was a lot of confusion, criticism across the soccer world. Like, why would you fire Jose before you have a chance to win a trophy and this and that? And now, would it have mattered if Jose was in there? I don't know. But Ryan Mason, 29 years old, put in a big spot. But the thing I don't understand is, and Shaka Hislop, who is a former goalkeeper in the Premier League, now he's an analyst on ESPN FC, said it perfectly. The game plan for Tottenham screamed Jose Mourinho, because all Tottenham did pretty much was stay in their own zone for majority of the game.
So you might as well kept his body there if his influence was being that.
Bro, check this stat out. You're gonna get ready. Shots, not just shots on goal. It was a lot too from Man City, but shots in general. Man City had 20 shots. Tottenham 2. That's it. 20-2 on shots. That is like a pure Jose Mourinho type. Like, just park the bus, chill out in your own zone, and then if you get a break on the attack, then go score. 2 shots? How do you only have 2 shots? 20-2. 20.
Well, hot damn. How are you gonna score? How are you gonna score if you only score two
And
goals? How you?
credit to our captain Hugo Lloris, who kept our goalkeeper, who kept us in the game. I mean, some of the saves he made were miraculous. Uh, I mean,
How do
left
you wait?
left by himself at times. I mean,
How do you expect to win the game? You only taking two shots the entire game. How are you expecting to win the game? How are you expecting to be in the game? You didn't even develop an offense. Your offense went into the witness protection program. It was like, nah.
it was awful. And
Oh my.
when we came out of the second half, like for the first 10 minutes, we started to kind of attack and play better, but it, it, it wasn't enough. Like we turned the ball over a lot. Man City would just keep, and they were way faster than us. Um, Definitely had more speed, and it, oh man, I don't know.
Mm,
And then now all the discussion with Harry Kane, like it's such a big debate. Like, will he go or will he stay and continue to be loyal to the club? You know, he's a good
How
dude.
about being loyal to him? I'm not worried about them being loyal to the club. Be loyal to him. How are you helping him in his career? Two shots in a cup game final? Are you kidding me?
I can see him staying though. I know he wants to. He's talked about possibly leaving, but I don't know.
That's.
One, financially, it's going to be really hard because he can't just leave. They would Tottenham would have to sell him. Um, but you know what's and then they were talking about just in general, even with other athletes or other soccer players, you know, about legacy. Like, would you rather just stay and be loyal to a club, which is all good. I respect that. You know me, but if you want to leave, I get it. But do you want to just go to like a Man City and just automatically win? Like they now I love Harry Kane. Love him, big fan of him. Definitely a top 5 striker in the world. Um, but Man City are still gonna win trophies whether with or without him. Um, like do you just join a super team or in a team like Manchester United, who is a big name club, and maybe
Mm-hmm,
they'll build around you, or stay at
mm-hmm.
Tottenham and since you do love the club, you have a respect for the fan base, you grew up a fan. It's a very interesting conversation to have.
It
But
is, but it's
will you
also.
win trophies with Tottenham? I don't think right now you are. No. Now, can you win trophies with England? That's, believe it or not, that's more of a possibility maybe to win a World Cup or a European Championship with England.
What do you think he wants, though? What is his motivation?
I don't know. And I truly think it's unfair because he gets a bad reputation for not having ambition, which I'm sorry is really dumb. Because he's also played through a lot of injuries over the past couple of years, especially. And he does give his heart and soul. He was even hurt yesterday. You can tell he was not 100%, but he kept getting back up and, kind of was walking gingerly or jogging gingerly. You could tell, but he would still run, try and make tackles and make a play. Um, so to say an athlete doesn't have ambition, especially a guy like him, that's really unfair. Um, I think he's torn. And you mentioned this, you made this comp a few. Damn, you missed a popular tonight, huh? Getting the phone calls. Look at this guy.
Yeah, Angelo here. Nah, go ahead, big dog. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. it's like Tavares, like because you want to stay so badly, but yet you want to win. Although it's kind of opposite because he didn't like Tavares wasn't an Islander fan. He didn't grow up on Long. Well, he kind of did. He kind of said like he grew up on Long Island, like he was drafted at a very early age. Um, and then he went on to Toronto later in life. But that's where he's originally from and the team he grew up rooting for. But it is very similar. I'll give you that for sure. Because that's what it reminds me of as well. But he doesn't have a free transfer. So it's not like he can just go and leave the club. At least not yet. Will he wait out his contract and then leave? See maybe who Tottenham brings in as manager. Which, by the way, there was odds on ESPN. Jurgen Klinsmann 12-1. I know it's not like great odds, but he's up there. That'd be a guy I'd love to have. One, he has experience. I'm a big fan of his. Plus, he actually played at Tottenham for a season, so not that long, but he still played for the club and knows the club. And, so and is still very in tune with what's going on. He follows them every year. So that could be a choice.
Hey man, you know what? It seems like there's something I would consider because I feel like he has more of a modern style where Mourinho has like the complete opposite where he's more conservative and he doesn't want to make a mistake.
And he's such a cocky son of a you know what, and just
Yeah.
and he just does not want to adapt. He's like, you play my game or not at all. Like, and I still remember that press conference he had where, I won more Premier League titles than all these managers combined. Take that, and like walked out of the press conference. Like, how many did they
See, but
win?
when
This many.
it's all
I won
about
this
you,
many.
when it's all about the manager and it's all about what he's done, it just shows you that the guy's head is not in the right place.
Oh,
This is not
100%.
about you, it's about the players that play the game. And when yes, you have an impact as a manager, yes, you can help your team, yes, you can do all of those things, but you're not the sole reason why your team wins or loses.
And he threw them under the bus after every loss this season. Every loss. Did not take blame one time. Not once.
Well, that's despicable, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with the future of the club. There's a few games left. Could they make top 4 still? Possibly. It's going to be really hard, but we'll see. To end the show too, I just wanted to. There's a brand new thing going on with the Premier League, a Premier League Hall of Fame, which is pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
2 players already were inducted. Alan Shearer, who famous England international and Newcastle legend, scored the most goals in Premier League history. So of course he's got to definitely be in, first timer. And also Thierry Henry, legend at Arsenal, French international, 5th most goals all time in the Premier League, won trophies with Arsenal. So 2 solid picks. I'm not a fan of Thierry Henry, being a Tottenham guy, but he fully deserved it. He's one of the best players of all time. So is Alan Shearer. But there's so many, though, to go. I mean, there's definitely going to be a ton of Man United players that go in. I think Wayne Rooney has to be in there. Second most goals in Premier League history. Ryan Giggs, I think those 2 can be in next. Ryan Giggs with the most appearances in the Premier League. Definitely. Oh, ESPN update, yo. What's going on over there? What, do you not silence your phone during the show?
No.
Why?
case I get an important text
Oh my
message
God.
or email.
Steven Gerrard definitely has to be in there for me. I'm surprised he actually didn't get in the first go around, or Wayne Rooney. Ronaldo, of course, when he retires, he's definitely going in. I mean,
They built his plaque already. He's good.
David Beckham got to be in there.
I'm looking at a UPS.
Yeah.
And I could go on, but there's going to be a lot more to come, I'm sure, by Thursday. Yeah, I got to be honest, not really looking forward to this NFL draft, but what are you going to do? At least I got Islanders Rangers that night, so I'll be watching that most of the time, and I'll just watch the
Broadway
Jets
Zach,
pick,
baby.
and that's it.
Broadway Zach. Jump on the bandwagon.
Stop that shit now. Stop it. Broadway Zach. Yeah, but we all know that's going to be the headline, so.
Zach Willie. It's Zach Willie, Joe Willie. It rhymes.
That's a good one. Zach Willie Namath.
Here you go.
God. Yo, this kid is doomed. This kid is doomed.
He's doomed.
If he don't get off to a good start, even in his first season, and they're gonna have some percentage next year at MetLife.
Oh.
God. They're gonna be calling it Zach Life. Didn't you say that to me the other day? Watch them rename
Zach
it
Life
Zach Life.
Stadium, baby. There you go.
Oh God, what are you expecting the Browns to do before we get on out of here? We all know what the Jets are doing. Although we have 2 first-round picks, so the second one's gonna be interesting, though. But
I'm thinking either safety or linebacker.
Yeah, beef up that defense.
Yeah, because we need some outside linebacker help. So if we can get some outside linebacker love, I'll be happy. But Zach Willie, baby, gonna take over the town.
Yeah, there'll be a picture in like Photoshop. There'll be a fur coat. Yeah.
There you go.
Alan Hahn the next day and Greeny, I'm sure of it.
With a crown, with the newspaper. The savior has arrived. Zach Willie, first day in New York.
I'm asking this seriously. Have they not learned yet? They've got to be what in their 50s?
All right. Before he goes through a meltdown, I think we're gonna end the show.
No, but I'm asking you. Shouldn't they have learned to 50-something years old, Mike Greenberg and Alan Hahn? You've been Jet fans 90 years. How have you not learned? I'm 27, going to be 28 years old this year. I'm already coming to the realization you can't just flip out and get excited about every QB the Jets draft. You can't do it.
You can't do it.
But we'll analyze the draft more on Thursday. God help me. I really don't want to, but we got to do it. We're a sports show.
What I say is, listen, just embrace the kid. It might go well.
No, listen, I hope he does well. It's not like I'm wishing him to do bad. I just think the hype train has to calm down.
Calm down. They're printing playoff tickets already. You can't.
Oh my God.
They're dancing. They're going to Miami. We're going dancing.
Oh, don't bring that up. You trying to give me fucking PTSD?
Trying. Seems like you already got it.
Oh God. But this was fun. Again, we apologize about the technical difficulty earlier. I'm still annoyed about it, but listen, it happens.
Oh man. Big
Zach Willie. That's a good one.
Zach Willie, baby.
Oh God, help me.
All right, man. We out of
Good
here,
luck with your
man.
Knicks tonight. They should be
Let's go
tipping off
Knickerbockers,
soon, right?
baby. Huh?
They're tipping off soon, right?
7:30, 7:40 to be exact. So I got another
Yeah, you got to do the exact thing. You know.
7:40 is tip off, but 7:30 is
The pregame ritual starts to get going.
not a pregame ritual, but you kind of understand how crazy things might get if I don't know, man. We'll see. I was watching some '90s Knicks earlier today, getting excited,
Yeah.
getting ready.
IRS.
But we gonna wrap this thing up, man. Big dog. We're gonna analyze this draft on Thursday, and your boy Zach Willie.
All right, man.
All right, bro.